Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Hello, hello. What's up, car guy? Rachid, what's up, dude? Which rifle's behind you? It's a 13.9-inch 5.56. Ashley Patterson, your only rifle, question mark? No, it's not. Nope. This is just one of them. How's it going, Gabby? Car guy, I feel like I've seen you here before. How's your day going, Gabby? You look like overweight Mr. Beast, no disrespect. I'm also the stronger Mr. Beast. Which bull does he use? 5.56. It's a 5.56 rifle. Picture your boyfriend behind you. Yeah, totally. Play my boyfriend behind me here. What's up, Jesse? How you doing? Why you gotta put your gun there, trying to be a tough guy? No, this is a tactical based channel, Sambo. So check out the channel and subscribe to get some useful information to help you out. But mostly interested to see what people think they would like to see first of comparisons for an upcoming series that I've got going on. Andre, you can if you come out to me. Probably Ronaldo. Love the suppressor. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I have a full review on my channel if you're interested in seeing what I talk about on the Lazarus 6. I don't know what you mean by how, CJ. Kind of gun is it? It's a 5.56 chambered 13.9-inch AR. Yeah, everyone says I look like Mr. Beast. Maybe I'm Mr. Beast's cousin. I'm like tactical Mr. Beast. What is the best suppressor? Andre, subscribe to find out, dude. Subscribe to find out because I'm doing something really interesting, and I'm putting like $20,000 worth of suppressors together for a comparison review on a whole bunch of different 5.56 chambered rifles. Wade the Glade? No, it's not. It's a real gun. Is that the GBRS Mantis laser mount? What's its purpose? No, it's called the Hydra. It is a GBRS mount, but it's called the Hydra. Mantis isn't they don't make a Mantis product. And the purpose is to raise it up the optic just a little bit to clear for night vision, as well as have a consistent head positioning between night vision, no night vision, so regular setting, and gas mask. Mr. Beast, nice rifle. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see it. Yes, definitely sub Andre. That would be helpful. It's free to you guys too. Cap, that's an airsoft gun. Okay, whatever you want to think, dude. Just check out the channel and you'll see more information on what my channel's all about. So airsoft definitely doesn't make that noise. Yeah, it's a real gun. Yeah. And working on building out this quad night vision back here too. Why would someone buy an EOTech for airsoft, Wade? Yeah. Which rig? The beat. Are you talking about the rifle? Nebesky question mark? No, it's not. It's a so the receiver set is from B King's Firearms, Brian King. And this will kind of answer your question, the beat as well. So the receiver set's from B King's Firearms with some tasteful modifications, like put the pick rail covers on there, and then it's stuck behind this folder holding thing on the wall. But I've got a couple of little things on the front there, hand stop, or finger stop, and a angle grip. EOTech, this is a Juliet magnifier with an EOTech EXPS 3-2 and the SMS Laser HFXC with Daniel Defense pistol grip brace on it. And the total rifle price without the suppressor was probably $1,500, and then with the suppressor, probably just over 26, roughly. What's the rail handguard length? So the handguard length, so the barrel's a 13.9 inch barrel, and the handguard length is 12. Sorry, it's a 13.25 inch. So it's got a half-inch clearance. Bugs Bunny says, "Hi brother, love the tactical gear you got. What sling you got on that one, brother? You got tactical sling." Thank you. The sling that's on here is it's made by AWS Inc. Slings. So if you just type in AWS sling, that's their padded sling in Arid Multicam. So far on the voting, it looks like most people are interested in seeing the Lazarus 6 versus the Torch, which I think will be a really interesting face-off. Do you play airsoft? I do Milsim West stuff. I'm going to their event in April, either April or June. But no, I don't like play like indoor airsoft. I have a couple, well, once at an indoor place near me, but not really my thing. It's not realistic. Have you ever heard of Spike's Tactical? No, I haven't. You play war games? Yeah, I play Rainbow Six Siege. That's a little bit of a tactical based kind of game. Looking for a good sling for your AR-15. Yeah, so AWS slings, they're a good company. World War II games. I played Battlefield. How much did the gun cost in all? About I went over it just a second ago, but it was like probably $2,600 total with the suppressor. Probably more than that. Probably more than that. Probably closer to $3,000 with the EOTech on there as well. You're from Indonesia. Welcome to the stream. Were you in the military? Nope. I spent a lot of time around people that are ex-military, but I myself was not in the military. What grip? It's kind of hidden on here, but it's the Strike Industries one. The Strike Industries angle grip. AR under $1,000 that you can modify and have fun with. Probably something from FN or PSA for under $1,000. Is that a Mustang? No, it's a Jaguar F-Type. Does your buttstock slide in and out, or is it hard buttstock? It does. Yeah, it's a 6 position, so it's got 6 different positions it can go in. What's up, Mitch? How you doing? So most people are saying that they want to see the Lazarus 6 first. There's a little bit for the Recce 5 as well versus the RC2. Did you need anything to buy that suppressor, or is it legal? Yeah, I live in a state that's suppressor friendly, so you just go to like your local FFL federal firearms dealer. You go in there, you buy whatever they have, or you get something in stock that you can get and have it shipped to an FFL. They, for the first time, they get your fingerprints, a photo of you on a blank wall, and then you have to sign up through e-forms with the ATF, and then they submit a Form 4 to the ATF. So, and then they just approve it, and then you can pick up your suppressor, and you just pay a $200 tax stamp. What optic would you put on an AR-10 308? AJ Steele, it depends. Are you trying to go long range, or are you trying to stay like more in the CQB / versatile range? So I've got recommendations for either. Do they do a background check? Yeah, they definitely do. It's like the most intense background check, because not only is it the FBI background check to get a suppressor, the ATF also does one too. So it's like, yeah, it's like the most intense background check you can do. Do you think about joining the Army? I have before, but I own a business as well as I do trading that just wouldn't work well with my schedule. Don't you have to file for it to get approved? Yeah, you have to submit a Form 4 with the ATF. So the ATF has to approve a Form 4 submission with your local federal firearms license dealer, and then once that's approved, then you can get the suppressor. You have 2 snipers. That's cool. Very nice. So for around $2,800, you can get a gun like that. Yeah, I built mine. You can though. Yeah. So AJ, you're saying for long range AR-10 for in 308. For long range, you could look at Vortex optics. I like the Vortex Diamondback 6-24. You could look at Night Force makes good optics, but they're really expensive. It's going to cost more than your whole gun. So I would look at Vortex optics. That's kind of like the best bang for buck is what I'm finding. What's your gun model? Says Storm Adam. It's a AR-15 chambered in 5.56. What do you think about the situation in Ukraine right now? I think it's unnecessary, and I hope it comes to a conclusion soon. RN Optics is on the come up. Do you mean Arkin? SIG also makes good optics as well. Yeah, Arkin makes good optics for the money as well. What do you think of the SIG MCX? I think the MCX is a good rifle. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I like their Rattler, chambered in 300 blackout. Yeah, you're welcome, AJ. Arkin, yeah, what everyone else is saying about Arkin's also a great option too. Sig or Glock? I'm a Glock guy. I like Glocks. I carry a Glock every day, and it's just my favorite gun to shoot. Same with primary arms. Yeah. I think their glass quality is sharp, but they tend to have a little bit more of a tint to them. A Vortex Strike Eagle 5 to 25, and an Arkin EP5 5 to 25. Arkin's way better. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Arkin. I don't own any Arkin glass myself, and I've looked through some Arkin glass, and it looks great. I don't have any issues with it for sure, but I would definitely look at both and see if there's a dealer nearby to you that would have both that you could look through. Spiro says good. Looking dope, a brother, good rifle. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Sig will go off on its own. It's pretty rare that Sigs go off on their own, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, but I still think Glock's better. New question. Just bought a handgun when I was shooting around here. Were tons of ARs. I hear people build them, but I don't know what that means. Do you buy every part individually? No. So typically when I built this rifle as well. Typically what people mean when they're buying or they're building rifles is what they're doing is they're buying a receiver set, which is the handguard, the upper receiver and the lower receiver that are stripped. And then they're getting the kind of the handguard accessories. And then you have to if it's stripped, you have to get two parts for the upper, which is the forward assist and the dust cover. And then you also need to get a barrel. And then for the lower receiver, they make parts kits, so you can just buy the lower parts kit, assuming that you're getting a standard AR-15 lower, and then you will need to get a buffer tube, a buffer spring and buffer, and a stalker brace as well. Springfield, I think Springfield's good. I like their company. How are you liking the optic mount on your gun? Been looking at one. Yeah, the GBRS Hydra mounts are awesome. I don't have any issues with them. I think they're great. You have small hands, so be looking at a Beretta. The SIG's pistol grips are really thin, so if you have small hands, SIG Sauer pistols would probably be good for you. In Turkey, you can only legally buy a pistol. We envy you. That's unfortunate, but come on out to the U.S. and I'm sure you could experience a little more than that. EXPS3-0 or -4. Personally, on longer rifle builds, I like the -4 and the -2. But for like a 300 blackout build or a home defense gun, PCC, something that you're not going to be stretching out past like 100 yards, I would go with the -0. It's a little bit cleaner. I think the -2 might be my favorite so far. It gives you a little bit more information for holdovers, but is not super busy like the -4. The -4 is a little bit too busy sometimes. Sigmeth's still going on. It's not really a myth. I mean, they're still going off. And 1911s too. They're not drop safe. So, or in 2011s. So that's something to consider for sure. But yeah, 320s do go off on their own still. It's very rare, but they do. Imagine casually having a suppressor in your weapon. That's crazy. Yeah, it's not the only one I've got here. I've got another one tucked back here, and I got another one over there. Yeah, I've got 3 within sight right now. I run pretty much everything suppressed. Nice build. What's the length? It's a 13.9-inch AR with a Lazarus 6 suppressor on the front. Just bought a Shadow Systems and loving it. You like Shadow Systems? I do. I think Shadow Systems are great. They have a little bit skinnier grip than Glocks do, and I like Glock's ergonomics the most. Personal preference, though. What's the convo, says Sean? We're just kind of shooting the shit, Sean. We're just talking about whatever, dude. Ops core? Nope. This is a armor unlimited helmet. It's a ballistic helmet, 3A. I did see recently though that Team Wendy just came out with. Well, actually, recently it was like the last like day or two. They at Shot Show announced that they have a rifle rated ballistic helmet now, so up to 7.62 by 39, so AK rounds. So you work too much to shoot guns very often and train, but with all these new releases, hard to stop buying. Is ways to keep buying guns right now. No, so in my opinion, guns are a inflation slash wartime proof asset. So they realistically, sure, like if you have a super used gun, they could go down in value. But the more unstable the world is, the more like look at what Daniel Defense DDM4s were selling for during COVID. Like things were unsettling, and during COVID, people were unsure about the direction of the world. So what happens? Daniel Defense M4s are up to like $3,000, and now they're back down to like what, 1,500, 1,700. So doubled in price, and there's nothing, at least to me, an asset that keeps you alive is a worthwhile asset. What's best do you use? I'm not sure what you mean. Vest? What vest do you use? I use a Armor Unlimited plate carrier, and then I'm still working on trying to decide what I want to do as regards to. I want to do a modular chest rig setup so I can swap out the. I can swap out which plate or mag pouches I'm running easily. So something modular like that. Figuring that out. Export only. I'm not sure what that means. Is that a real gun? Yes, it is. It's a real gun. Do you think shotguns are the best fit home defense? Personally, I don't. I think shotguns, you're missing out a little. I mean, even semi-automatic shotguns. So the issue with semi-autos is that they are less reliable than pump actions. Factually, I know that new semi-autos are reliable, but pump actions have less moving parts, less to worry about. So in that sense, if you're going to run a shotgun for home defense, run a pump action. But even then, you're missing out on semi-auto function, as rifles would have more versatility in that aspect, and they also can reach out further than shotguns. So I think it's a viable option, but I think that rifles or pistol caliber carbines are a better home defense platform. Where Daniel Defense on sale now? Just your, I mean, I'm sure that places like PSA and I'm sure that, yeah, you could just look it up. I don't have a specific place for that. Do you have a binary trigger on that? Nope. No, I have the Q Sugar Weasel. What do they call that? Like the best trigger ever made. What IR laser are you running? This is a SMS laser HFXC. It's IR laser, IR illuminator, visible laser, and white light. So it's a 4-in-1. What is your favorite type of pistol, rifles, or what? So I assume you're meaning like what's my favorite gun? I love ARs. ARs are my go-to battle rifles and carbines. My two favorite gun. I'll do my top three. My top three favorite guns at the moment are my 12.5-inch AR, my CZ Scorpion. It's like the 7.8-inch, I think is what it is. It's not the micro, and it's the 3+, and the PTR MP5. All with suppressors. I shot my Siege Rock 5.56 on my 12.5-inch the other day with no ears on, supersonic 5.56. Super comfortable to shoot. I think Siege suppressors are super underrated. So I would definitely check out Siege suppressors if you're interested in getting into the suppressor game, or you already are and are looking for something that's going to make 5.56 hearing safe. And man, MP5s are just timeless. MP5s shoot awesome. They're especially suppressed. And Scorpions are more modular and a better platform, in my opinion, for modularity. Yeah. At least Canic triggers work like semi-automatic. We lift ourselves up. What do you mean by Canic triggers? Where did you buy your 2.91 magnifier riser? I can't find the Unity ones in the stock. So this one's just an Amazon one. It's actually the same company that makes the Unity risers. So it's the same thing. They're just not branded that, but they're very good. Yeah, you could just look up 2.91 Unity magnifier riser on Amazon, and they'll be there. What do you think of Canic? Heard a lot of good things. I don't really have a personal opinion on them because I haven't really shot them enough. I just think Glocks are more tried and true. I think some mechanics, new stuff that's comped, and the ported stuff is cool. Reliability wise, I've heard they're pretty reliable. I don't really have any complaints about them, so if it works for you, that's great. Yep, yeah. So the HFXC is holding 0 just fine. I actually did their initial testing on it under night vision and vis laser, and it held 0 perfectly fine after a standard combat loadout. And since I put a lot more rounds through the 2 that I have, and they've held 0 just fine. Shorty 5.56 ARs are regarded. IMO. Okay, well, the military would disagree with you. Special forces would disagree with you. Civilians that are running 300 blackouts, or well, I guess you said 5.56. Daniel Defense would disagree with you with their Mark 18s. So I think that information of running something shorter than a 16-inch AR is dated. What is PTR? PTR is a company that make suppressors as well as MP5 clones and some other stuff as well, but they're less known for their rifle builds and stuff. But they do cloning of HK products, and they also are coming out with their new products, such as they have an AR slash kind of MP5 clone sort of thing. It's a crossover. They say it's like a perfect marriage of an AR crossed with HK cloning. So you use the TTI Combat, super sick. Yeah, I'm sure you're referring to the Canic. Father is extremely traditional man. CZ75 started carrying Canic. Super surprised. That's very cool. I'll have to check out Canics a little bit more. I love CZ stuff though. CZ stuff's so good, dude. Love CZ products. You love MP5s? I do too. MP5s they're so timeless. They're so good. You have a threaded 1022 and a 9mm Canic with a comp. Should you get an Oculus 22 or Obsidian 9? Depends. I think 22 is like it definitely gives you the giggles when shooting suppressed. It's just so much fun to shoot 22 suppressed. But so is 9mm. It's just not obviously quite as quiet as a 22. What you could look into doing is trying to find a can that'll kind of do both for you. An Obsidian 9 probably will do that, honestly, because Obsidian 9s are really slim profile pistol and PCC suppressors, and it'll clearly work on your 22. So maybe look into doing the Obsidian 9. Another one you could look at doing would be the new. Actually, this would be 2 really great options if you're trying to get one that will work on both. Would be the new Huxworks Flow 9K that they came out with at SHOT Show. I actually got to shoot that. It's really light. I think it's like 4.7 ounces. And it suppresses 9mm really, really well. It comes with a booster and everything. And then another option would be the Spectre 9 by Silencer Co. Are you Glock or Canic? Definitely Glock. MP5 ammo different from regular pistol ammo? No, MP5 ammo is still 9mm. They make a 10mm MP5, but it's not great. Doesn't work well. What's Poppin' Poser? What are you talking about? They make HK91 and G3 clones. Yeah, they make a lot of different HK clones. But they're definitely known for their MP5s. Their MP5 clones are awesome. Caltech new guns, cool. Top loading. I haven't seen it. I know that they announced some stuff, but I haven't seen any of the stuff from them yet. From SHOT Show, MP5 typically runs 9mm, with the exception of MP5 10mm or something like MP5 40 cal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, typically it's just 9mm. The 10mm and 41s don't work great. And they have this weird like last round bolt hold open thing that doesn't work well at them. Shoots the reliability way down. So yes, pistol ammo. Have you used the OSS flow through suppressor? Thinking about snagging one of those. I assume you mean the Huxworks. They're now called Huxworks. And yes, I have. They're good. They're good cans. Their 5.56K is pretty loud still, so I would go with their full size, and it's not that much longer or heavier, so I would just go with the full size and that. And then their Flow 9K is what a brand new product that I have one coming on the way actually. Super cheap, super quiet. Definitely a great product. Please tell me that's a knockoff Hydra. Yeah, it is. It's one of the ones that's literally branded by GBRS, so I assume it's made in the exact same factory. Actually, I know it's made in the exact same factory. 22 is dirty, so I'd say get a dedicated 22 can. Yeah, but even 9mm cans nowadays, like the new Huxworks one that just came out, they're saying to even clean it after every 2,000 rounds, which I've never cleaned a suppressor once because they kind of are self-cleaning, especially rifle suppressors. So I don't know. Any new pickups lately? Yeah, so let's see. Bought a PTR MP5. And threw my Liberty Precision Anthem Anthem 38 suppressor on there. Threw a SIG optic on there. Working on, I have on order. I have the new Huxworks Flow 9K. So that'll be here probably in the next couple weeks. Next week, I'm getting my Jaguar silencers 5.56 cannon. So I'll be doing a review video on that. What else? That's kind of the main things as of recent. Those are kind of the newer ones. Have you ever shot an M1 Grand? No, I haven't. Oh, I missed a couple questions. Wolfpack W15, loving it. Nice, dude. What's a good option for a first-time suppressor purchaser for 5.56? So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. My opinion, just right off the bat, would be either the Siege Suppressors ROC 5.56, ROC 5.56, or the Liberty Precision Torch, or the Lazarus 6 that I have right back here. So if you're looking for the lowest back pressure, but it's a little bit louder and heavier, then I would go with the Lazarus 6. But if you're okay with a little tiny bit more back pressure, but you want something that's quieter when you're actually behind the gun shooting it, and something that sounds really good without ears, and also has better flash performance, I would go with the ROC 5.56. But if you're looking for something that's the quietest possible at the muzzle, so you're concerned more about the people around you and how quiet it is to the people standing next to you and other bystanders, I would go with the Liberty Precision Torch. So hopefully that gives you a good answer. Close these. What do you think of the 22 MP5? Because I want it for the looks. Not really sure what the caliber. So for a little bit more money, like double the price, if you like the MP5 and you want to get something that's actually chambered in a better round than 22, I would look at doing it's the Mac, what are they calling it? Like the Mac 9? Or it's the Mac MP5 clone, MAC Mac MP5 clone. They're like $800 or $900, or the AP5 by Century Arms. Do you suggest getting an adjustable gas block for flow-through suppressors? I recommend getting an adjustable gas block for every rifle if you can, because it'll allow you to tune. Because most guns out of the box with a fixed non-adjustable gas block are still almost always pretty overgassed. So even so, what I like to do is tune my flow through or my low back pressure cans like my Lazarus. I like to tune the gun unsuppressed and get it to cycle almost to the point where it's short stroking, but it's not. It's kind of the perfect gassing where you're getting kind of a 4:30, 4 o'clock ejection, and then throw the can on, and then you should be somewhere closer to like the 3:30 ejection point on those lower back pressure suppressors. Yeah, it's funny that they say to clean that every 2,000 rounds. I agree. I honestly, dude, I'm not. I have one of those cans coming that they say to clean every 2,000 rounds, and I'm probably not gonna ever clean it. I get it. Like I understand that they want the technology to be clean to continue working, but I don't understand. Do you want to be an operator? No, I don't. I don't want to be an operator. No. I respect what they do though. Best cover for can burn mine with the silencer Covelos. Um, Definitely something that's using Kevlar. I have a silencer co one for my Recce 5 that fits perfectly. The burn proof ones, burn proof makes great suppressor covers, very similar to the silencer co ones. But I think the burn proof ones you can get custom made to fit your dimensions of your suppressor perfectly. Getting ready to go to CanCon in Phoenix. Very excited. Any brands to look out for? One is CanCon here. 300 blackout with Hux. Yeah. So what's cool about the Flow 9K is it's actually supersonic 300 blackout rated. So I'll be interested to try it on my 300 blackout build. But for 300 blackout, the best suppressor I've ever shot is the Liberty Precision Anthem S2. It's a nice size and a nice weight and a super well performing suppressor, and it's super cheap too. It's a great price. It's like $600 or $700. Century Arms clone's pretty cool. It's what I have. Yeah. So what's cool about the Century Arms clone is that those are actually licensed HK parts on there. So all the parts that are made for that can are, for their MP5 clones, are actual HK machinery that make those. So really, really cool. What's up, Rodriguez? How you doing, dude? It's good to see you back. So looks like we got 66 votes and about double the amount of people are wanting to see the Torch and the Lazarus 6. April 10th and 12th is the CanCon dates. I'll be there. I will be there. Green Thumbs got Insta. Yeah, it's in the description or the bio of my channel. If you go there, it's just a link there. But the channel name, my Instagram is brix_tactical. BRIX_tactical. You just got back from the range practicing handgun shooting. Very nice. Shooting pistols is tough, dude. Especially concealed carry non-full size pistols. They're tough to shoot, but it's such an important skill. If you can get better at shooting pistols, you'll be better at shooting rifles all day long. Learning how to control your body, learning how to control your core to handle recoil and redirect shots from target to target with pistols will translate very nicely over to PCC. Any recommendations on a first set of nods? Yeah. I would recommend a PVS 14 right off the rip. And if you can, I would look up finding an Omnitube, OMNI. An Omnitube PVS 14 will get you the best bang for buck performance. I would avoid NNVT, Chinese tubes. Just look at the American and French companies like Photonis, Elbit, L3, and the Omni tubes are contracted by those companies and they're cheap. This is what I'm training on CCW pistols. Yeah, it's tough, dude. It's really tough. But a good CCW, like a what I use is Glock 19. Um, if you got a pistol that you really like shooting, that feels comfortable in your hands, the ergonomics feel good, it's gonna take a lot of that miserable feeling away. Definitely not as easy as a full size still, but it makes it more enjoyable for sure. Up to 70 now. A lot of people are wanting to see that Lazarus 6, huh? The RC2 versus the Torch would be an insane battle too. I bet you the Torch would win that. Might actually consider doing that instead. So I think so. Next week, what is going to happen is I should receive my Jaguar Silencers Cam 556. It's the full size can from them. Super cool company, very new technology, very new company. Really interested to try it out. They do 3D printed Inconel suppressors, and they are a flow through type technology. They have a new proprietary process or flow path for suppressors that's not technically flow through, but it achieves the same thing, while also being quiet, good flash performance, and lightweight. It's like 12 ounces for a full-sized 5.56 Canon ink canal, which is a great weight. So very interested to get my hands on that, and it's hub compatible. ODB, ODB is an awesome can, in 718, yeah. An ODB in 718 would be a great can. I've shot it in titanium. It sounds really good. Actually, I think it sounds. I would say it sounds just as good, if maybe not a little bit better than the cat white bread, but you get a little bit better performance in terms of flash with the white bread than you would with an ODB, probably. What do you think about the Nomad Defense 9? I don't have any experience with it, so I don't have a great opinion on it. You just got your RC2 to clear yesterday? Congratulations. I've got a buddy with an RC2. I'm probably going to borrow it for him for the video, or I might just get one. We'll see. I'll probably borrow his, and if I really like the RC2, I'll go ahead and grab one. My Torch, as far as Pew Science likes to say, it's basically an RC2, but probably a little bit less back pressure, a little more modular in the sense that it's hub compatible too, and you can get a vented end cap for it. Is that you, Mr. Beast? I'm Tactical Beast. But congratulations on the RC2, dude. Definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a comparison with the RC2 coming up here. And the reason I have it right now planned to go up against the Griffin Armament Recce 5, but the Torch actually might. I'll have to see. I might have to. It's either going to be the Griffin Armament Recce 5 or the Torch that's going to be going up against it. I've got a series coming out of like a March Madness bracket style sort of competition between the best 5.56 suppressors, and we're going to narrow it down in a point system and claim the winner of the best 5.56 can, as well as on 9mm PCCs. What's on your gun behind you? You can you go over it? Yeah, for sure. So it's a 13.9 inch, running it's just got a brace on it right now. This is not my SBR lower. Daniel Defense pistol grip, a Juliet 3X magnifier with a Unity style flip up mount. It's just the force overcome mount. EXPS 3-2, so it's the night vision compatible one, but the 2-dot version of the optic. The SMS laser HFXC laser module. It's a B-Kings receiver set that I had Cerakoted, as well as some of the accessories on the front, like the finger stop. I actually use it to sort of leverage with my finger. I put my finger on the front of it instead of behind it. And then a Strike Industries hand guard or hand stop. It's kind of it's like an angle grip My favorite setup other than a vertical foregrip. Magpul pick rail covers and a Lazarus 6 with a Atlas hub. I run a Liberty Precision brake under it. I've got some other testing videos coming out soon on the flash performance differences between different muzzle devices with the same suppressor, just so you can see how muzzle devices do in fact change the flash performance and the sound performance. I don't have a decibel reader that would accurately be able to tell you rifle rounds how loud it would be, but I could subjectively tell you if a brake or a flash hider or a compensator is louder under the same suppressor with the same conditions, the same ammo and everything. Hopefully you enjoyed that, Michael. Hopefully that was helpful for you. 5.56, 7.62, or 3.08 win versus 300 blackout. Who's the king? All different uses, and 7.62 is the same as 3.08. 7.62 by 51 is 3.08. So I would say 5.56 for a general purpose rifle cartridge, 7.62 by 39 for AKs, obviously, and just AKs, 7.62 by 35 if you're going to run 300 blackout, because that is what 300 blackout is a great home defense rifle cartridge. Very quiet suppressed, heavy hitter for sure. It's a nice thumpy cartridge, and 308 for a bolt action rifle. So all different purposes. So any ideas on how long a suppressor will stay in jail between trust or individual? So Jay Rodriguez, my Jaguar silencer approval time last week. My suppressor got approved last week on Thursday, and it was submitted Wednesday. It was a 22-hour approval, and my Lazarus 6 that I have right here was a 29-hour approval. So they're going really quick, and I file individually for myself. And trusts, I've seen it come back as quick as 2 or 3 days. So added probably a couple days or a week or two for trust, but it's not that much longer, honestly. Good, dude. I'm glad you liked it. If any of y'all want to see my builds on my channel, running the Lazarus 6, the Xeno break. Full auto lower from Colt AR, so much fun to run. Nice, dude. Sounds fun. Your RC2 took 5 to 6 months. Yeah, it's a long time, dude. Did you file as trust, Michael, or individual? What's the little cage you saw in the Lazarus at SHOT Show? Probably a suppressor cover thing. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, I've seen the little cages that you can put around it. I don't know what they're called. Just look up suppressor cage or cage for suppressor cover, basically. Alan or Kevin, what's your question? Can you do a quick rundown on how I could get a suppressor? 22, don't have my concealed carry, but own multiple guns. Want to deck one out? Yeah, it's pretty simple. If you have, so you can buy them online, or you can buy it at your local FFL. You just pay for the suppressor plus tax if you have it in your state, and the tax stamp, which is a $205 tax stamp that goes to the ATF. And then once you do so, they'll get your fingerprints so that they have it on file for if you file for any other suppressors in the future. So then after they get your fingerprints, they'll take your photo, kind of like a passport photo, and then they will create an eForms account with the ATF under your behalf. That will be your personal account that you're responsible for keeping that info for the password and the username. And then they will fill out paperwork for you, and they will submit a Form 4 under your name, under your eForms account. And at that time, you'll get an email from eForms saying that your suppressor has been submitted. And then once the suppressor is approved, you'll get another email from eForms saying either suppressor approved or denied. And then once it's approved, you can go pick up the suppressor from your dealer, which it will be a physical location for an FFL, whether that's home-based or a storefront. but they are every suppressor is filed through an FFL of choice. So you'll just need to find an FFL that does NFA paperwork, and they will be able to help you out with that. So hopefully that was helpful, Sebastian. And please let me know if you have, or not Sebastian. Who asked that question? It was Walker. Hopefully that was helpful, Walker. Your longest wait was 19 days. Shortest was 2. Yeah, the suppressor approvals go really quick. You always do individual. Yeah, good. Do you have a really common name, Michael? That probably is delaying the process quite a lot. You have a pink Hello Kitty lower with a 8.5 blue upper, waiting for tracers to come and looking for a good can for it. What round is it? Angel. Thoughts on the Sandman X, basically the 30 cal Lazarus? I think it looks sick, dude. I want to get my hands on one. I've got a buddy that does YouTube stuff as well that did a review video on it. He seemed to think that it didn't have the nice, pleasant tone that the Lazarus 6 has, but it sounds really good at the muzzle. It's actually a little bit lower back pressure than the Otter Creek Infinity that's out recently that's also a 30 cal can, just slightly less back pressure, but sounds very similar at the muzzle and at the ear, it sounds like. So, good can, and it's actually, I think, a little bit cheaper than the Infinity. Is it a common thing for cheap ARs to have a staked buffer nut? I don't know. I would assume so, yes. Staked buffer nut? Um, for the buffer, I mean, there's a little pin in there that holds the weights in. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a good question. Do you have anything in 300 Win Mag? I don't know. Nice F-type. Thank you very much. Do you recommend a 30 cal suppressor for dedicated 5.56 if you have an AR and plan to get a 308 for hunting? So I think if you don't plan, if you for financial reasons, or if you just don't want to just have a bunch of suppressors, I think a 30 cal can on a 5.56 will do the job. The best sounding 30 cal can I've heard on 5.56 is either the Cat ODB or the Liberty Precision Anthem S2. The Anthem S2 has more back pressure, but it's quieter at the muzzle. The ODB is quieter behind the gun as the shooter, but it's louder at the muzzle and it has less back pressure. So it depends on what you're going for. But what I usually recommend for is, if you're gonna run suppressor, you're gonna have a better quality of life if you're able to run a dedicated suppressor on each. So if you can, what I would do is I would start with getting the 30 cal can, and then eventually putting that on your 308 build, and then working to get a 5.56 dedicated can for your 5.56 rifle after that. So start with the 30 cal, then go to the 5.56, and eventually have both and work towards that. Any recommendations on suppressor for 308 DDV5 SBR? Anthem S2, Liberty Precision Anthem S2 for something that's short, compact, lightweight, and really quiet. The new Sandman X, if you're planning to dump a bunch of rounds through, it's going to be a little bit lower back pressure than the Anthem suppressor. The Anthem S2 is really quiet, but it's definitely a little bit higher on the back pressure. It's not 3D printed, so that also is, it depends if you want to go printed or not. But my two recommendations are the Liberty Precision Anthem S2 or the Sandman X from Dead Air. And then if you want a third option that's titanium, you could look at the Vent one, the PTR Vent one. 5.56. You're gonna need something for 5.56 that's 8.5 inches. That doesn't have barrel length restrictions. So you could look at doing the Lazarus 6 or the Liberty Precision Torch. I don't think either of those have barrel length restrictions. Also the Polonium, but that's gonna have more back pressure. Which gun is more bricked, the 5.7 or Glock 18? Glock 18. Glock 18s are sick, dude. Hey bro, new to this stuff. Can you give us the build kit? Yeah, so it's a B King's Firearms receiver set with a uh, just a standard brace on the back, Daniel Defense pistol grip, a Sig Sauer magnifier. It's a 3x with a Unity riser on it for the magnifier. A GBRS Hydra mount with a hollow. It's a holographic EXPS 3-2 by EOTech with a SMS laser HFXC laser module and a finger stop up front by Arisaka and a Strike Industries handguard slash like angle grip with a Dead Air Lazarus 6 suppressor. Dad has a SIG 365 Legion, very nice. It's a great pistol, good for a concealed carry. Sounds like a good ass idea. Yeah, dude, glad I could help. Yeah, that's the way I'd go about it. Go 30 cal first if you plan to have something that's a 30 cal at some point or already have one, just go with the 30 cal and then you can also suppress your 5.56 and then eventually move once you can swing it financially or if you just are wanting to spread it out for some reason, get a 5.56 can after the 30 cal and have that 5.56 can just live on your AR-15 that's chambered in 5.56. Can you send complete build in this chat? Joseph, just send me a message on Instagram if you have it. It's brix_tactical, BRIX_tactical, and I'll send you a written out build list. Or what the parts consist of. Shout me out, Luke Henna. There's your shout out. You're 13 and just bought a Ruger 300 Blackout. That's not possible. Well, so for everyone that is not subscribed already, please do subscribe to the channel. I got some really cool videos coming out here. Looks like we're moving up here a little bit on the total subscriber stat. But yeah, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. It's free to you guys, and I would appreciate it. It really helps me out, helps support the channel, helps to get the name out there. And also double tap your screen to like the video too, the live stream. Got some really cool videos coming out in the next couple weeks, so definitely stay tuned for those. And also shoot me a comment on any of my videos or message me on my Instagram, which is in the bio of my channel. What's good for small bore? Like what kind of small bore, Landon? Bought a silencer co. And yeah, dude, it's a great suppressor. Silencer co makes great suppressors. Really, really good. So I do think I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna grab some dinner. But please do subscribe. It's super helpful for all the 105 people watching right now. If you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. It's very helpful. You'll see when I go live. Should go live on your page once you subscribe. For 22, the Resilient. It's called the Jesse's Girl suppressor, or you could go with a 5.56 can. Depends on what you're using it for, though. 1022s use a 5.56 can, but for a dedicated 22, I like the Jesse's Girl suppressor or the BDE 22. So the KGM, I don't have one, but they seem like cool suppressors for what they are. They're hard to use. They're cheap. Probably sound decent. They're probably kind of like a polonium. They're cheap and they're good at what they are, and they're going to be better than nothing. So I would definitely recommend them if you don't have one already. But all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. Please subscribe to Brix Tactical, BRIX Tactical, if you haven't already. I will catch you guys in the next live stream. Thank you guys for joining. And I will have some videos out this coming week, or a video coming out this coming week, and I'll also be going live a couple times. Milspec Chris, thanks for stopping by, dude. I'm glad you are subscribing. I'll plan to catch you guys probably tomorrow or the day after. So thank you for stopping by. I'm glad that we could talk, go over some gear, talk about different things, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you again for watching. I will see you guys in the next videos. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a good night.